His name is Dennis Ball. His show must go on. The yellow felt just floats and serves up mad dad jokes. The score is 40 love to me. He's the Wimbledon of comedy. He does the interviews that make your POV skew towards hilarity. Oh baby, can't you see? The score is 40 love to me. He's the Wimbledon of comedy.
All right. Woohoo! Thank you very much, ballers, for coming out on a Saturday night. Ma and Brian Needle. Thank you very much for being here, man, for part 2.
So happy to be here for part 2, yes.
Yeah, and I mean, because we froze last night because Baby Ball was playing monkey tag on the Oculus.
It was a bit cold. It was a bit cold and we froze, but now it's much warmer. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, exactly. So we have 2. I checked the stream and we have 2 songs. Who do we have in the house, by the way? I know we got Mark Rojas in the house. We got Georgia Constitution Media in the house again, my friend. What's up? Georgia Constitution Media has a channel, man, which blew up. He's got like 10,000 subs now. Like after,
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I think I might have even started before him. So, congratulations, man. It's well deserved because he's a very nice guy and he's good at what he does, which is provoke the cops. He does it. It was great. They were telling him to leave this place and stop filming, and he's filming them the whole time, right?
Oh, boy.
And after arguing with them that he has the right to film them, he tells them they're dismissed.
Oh.
And they leave! They leave! He's great.
Well,
all right.
See you guys later.
Yeah, exactly. All right. The chat box isn't working, guys, but on the thing, but I can see it on my phone. All right, so listen, we have, let me just go to the thing here. Right, ballers who are watching after this live stream, thank you for coming in. And
I see the chat now.
yes, there it is. And I'll put in like timestamps so that you can skip to the different parts if you want to do that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to Chuckleballs, and then we are going to go and do a couple jokes. Then we're going to talk about the last 2 Beatles songs, and then we are going to talk about vinyl pressings of the Beatles.
Sounds good.
And then we're going to do Fab or Drab, which is the reaction segment, which is Georgia Constitution Media's favorite segment.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, cool. Let's head out to Chuckleballs, everybody. You can park in the back. It's hard to find parking in Ball City sometimes. All right, everybody, come on in, have a seat. Super Ball is the bouncer. Super Ball, let everybody in. They're on the guest list. Get it? Super Ball is the bouncer.
Paul Evans.
Oh, and yes, and I got drinks for everybody. So check in your fridge. There's one just for you. And grab it. And then sit here in the front. Yes, good, awesome. All right, who do we got here? I know, it was great, Constitution Media. It was amazing. I meant to clap. All right, couple of quick jokes for you guys. Today, Brian Needle, I saw an ad for a used radio.
You did?
Yeah, it said, just $1. The sound's very clear, but the volume is stuck on high. And I said, wow, I can't turn that down.
Yep.
It was $1.
That's good.
That's not bad. Yeah,
That's a good start.
That is a good start. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Georgia Constitution Media. Age is a relative thing. My relatives keep reminding me how old I am, which is pretty old. Mark Rojas is in the house. Mark Rojas, where is? Hold on. Mark Rojas, I have a joke for you. I got into a horrible fight with the numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. The odds were against me. literally the odds, because the odd numbers were. We don't see the chat box, but I can see it on my phone. Huzzah! Thank you to our viewers. We got 5 people in here. If you are chatting, it might be a little bit of a delay. This is a great one. This one goes out to you, Brian Needle.
All right.
You know the $6 million man?
Oh yeah, Steve Austin.
Yeah, Steve Austin. You know what the $6 million man drinks when his stomach is bothering him?
No.
Probiotics. I wrote that before the show.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thank you. Georgia Constitution Media, you know the actress Marissa Tomei? You know, her name is an anagram for "It's a Me, Mario." It is. It really is. All right, that caps off. That caps off our set here at Chuckleballs. 2 Real Geeks is in the house. 2 Real Geeks. 2 Real Geeks. We're about to go back to the reaction room, but first we have this word from our sponsor.
The wind in my hair. Subscribe. Feels like 1,000 likes upon a single post. Subscribe. Subscribe cologne from Dennis Ball Corporation. You can subscribe too. Subscribe.
That was one of my first videos that I ever made. Subscribe. I did a lot of subscribe jokes back then. It got old pretty quickly though.
That's good.
Yeah. And so I recycle them. All right, cool. Who did we have in the house? Do we have anybody else that I need to... Whoa, Caesar G just subscribed. What's up, Caesar G? Welcome. 2 Real Geeks is in the house. 2 Real Geeks, what's up, man? You know, 2 Real Geeks are these guys who visit... it's Danny and Jess, my friends. They go to Universal Studios Park all the time.
Oh.
Danny actually works on rides. Pretty cool stuff. Good dudes, and they're just good friends of mine. They starred in a couple videos with me. Yeah. All right, so Cesar, what's up? Thanks for joining us, man, and welcome in. All right, listen, some facts to discuss. Okay, let's talk about the last 2 records that we've got, the last 2 songs we have on the record. Okay,
let's do it.
Got to Get You Into My Life. Okay. George Martin plays organ on this song once again. As we were talking about, he's the most awesome 5th Beatle that doesn't really get acknowledged as such, but is literally playing on half the songs.
Totally. Yep. He's the man. One of the men.
And and writing, you know, that classical stuff, that needs to be written and arranged, you know?
True. Yeah. He was like the Beatles, I don't know what you call him. The almost like a interpreter or whatever. So very important.
What's up, Mac McIntyre?
Hi, Mac.
Yeah, he was like their uncle. 2 Real Geeks is going live at 10, so yeah, maybe Dennis Ball will come by there if I'm not falling asleep. But listen, it Got to Get You Into My Life, Motown influenced pop number written by Paul McCartney. And, you know, Paul wrote it actually about marijuana. He wrote it about pop. Did you know that?
I did know that. Yeah, I was surprised when he said that, but cool.
I mean, he really likes it, I guess. I mean, he really thought it was the thing. And then he still partakes. I mean, you know, good for him, man. Whatever floats your boat.
Good for him. Yeah, that's right.
Totally, because Martin plays organ on that song. Yeah, man, he plays Oregon on that song. Yes. He plays the Oregon Trail on that song, like he was playing Oregon Trail in the control room.
Oregon Trail, what an amazing game! But
yeah,
maybe we can make a show about that sometime.
Dysentery. Yeah, that's going off. That's going off topic.
Way off topic, but I like it.
Yeah, it's exactly. But okay, so yeah, do you have any other facts about Got to Get You Into My Life? I thought that was interesting that Paul said that. It's a very Paul song.
The one fact I would have to say is that the mono and the stereo mix of Got to Get Into My Life are very different. The endings are really different. So if you want to...
Oh, really?
Yeah, the mono mix, Paul does like a different fade out ending. And then the horns are a little bit different as well compared to the stereo mix that everyone's really used to. So I'd recommend listen to both of those.
And now, when you say the mono mix, do you mean the UK mono mix? Because I mean, it gets complicated when you start delving into this stuff.
Yeah, in this case, the UK and the UK and the US monomix are the same.
Oh, okay.
In this case, sometimes they were different, but in this case, Forgot to in My Life, they are the same.
Okay, cool. That's good. Because I actually have that mono Capitol record, so I can listen to that.
Yeah.
How is it? Is it a different like vocal part or something, or a different guitar?
Yeah, it's a different lead vocal part. So he
Where he's doing that Indian kind of vocalizing.
It's the part where he's like, was alone, I took a ride, I didn't know what I would find there. Another road, I can see another kind of mind there. That at the end where he's riffing or whatever.
Yes.
It's it's a little bit different on the mono.
Let me tell you, I need you.
Every single day. That bit.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm going to listen to that now. That's a great tip. I love that song. All right, that's a good one. All right, Tomorrow Never Knows, which we were saying last night, before we got rudely interrupted by the internet dying, is mind-blowingly under 3 minutes long, which you just can't even believe because it feels it's expansive. I'd say 4.5 minute long.
Unbelievable. Yeah, it's agreed. Feels like it's 5 minutes or something.
Oh, yes, it does. And you know that, and of course the seagull noises are Paul laughing.
Oh yeah.
And like sped up or whatever. There's a lot of tape loops. Everyone does tape loops in this song.
Yes. Yeah, they apparently at Abbey Road Studios EMI, they all had like pencils with little reels of tape, and they would all stand within the room, and all the reels were being fed in through different machines, and they were able to like turn up each one of the reels in real time. That's how they got that mix. So they were just
in real time.
In real time, exactly right. And it was basically like they definitely invented the idea of sampling music in that way. So it's totally a groundbreaking song, obviously. So, and the other thing I'll say about Tomorrow Never Knows is that it's one of the few Beatles songs that has been in a modern TV show. They used the song in Mad Men, the show that was on AMC.
Oh yes.
There's an amazing scene with the main character Don Draper, and someone tells him you should listen to the Beatles because they're no longer the Mop Tops. They've grown up, and he listens to this song, and it's a very cool scene.
Is he like partaking in like smoking pot, or is he like on acid or something in that scene? Because I think I remember that.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think he smokes.
Is it when he
smokes? Yeah, and I think
he's like basically they're showing the change in culture in the show, and it's interesting how they convey it through the Beatles in that moment.
And the perfect song to pick because it really is. It's when everything goes from black and white into like color, and it just leaps forward very, very, very far.
And the lyrics were taken, a lot of them were taken from The Psychedelic Experience, which is a book by Timothy Leary, the LSD researcher, the Harvard psychologist.
Yes.
And like turn off your mind, relax, and float downstream is directly taken from that book, right?
And then Leary got a lot of that stuff from the Tibetan Book of the Dead, which is why a lot of people sometimes will say it's from the Tibetan Book of the Dead as well. But yeah, it's a lot of that was pulled from that. But John also came up with a lot of that himself. He was, as we know, John was this amazing. I had this amazing ability to take kind of found objects, found lyrics, and turn them into a one piece of work. So this is a great example of that.
Absolutely, as we'll talk about later with like his work with Yoko Ono.
Yes,
which was a huge influence on what he did.
Yes.
So cool, man. All right, so do you have any more Tomorrow Never Knows facts? I'm sure that George Martin played something on that.
I'll just give one little fact. So there are actually 3 official mixes of Tomorrow Never Knows that are available. There are 2 mono mixes because when they first released the album in the UK, they released it with this mono mix that they then actually changed. So it's very hard to find. It's very rare. It's on.
It's the XEX version or something like in the right.
It's -1. I think that's the stamper number. But anyway, they're incredibly hard to find. Very, very expensive. But they are quite different because the tape loops are all different within all of those mixes. So try to seek it out.
Do you have that?
I don't have it on vinyl, but I have a digital version of it that someone sent me. And it's It's really cool.
Is it a lot? Is it really audibly different?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's totally audibly different. Just the tape loops are different. They come up in different spots, is what I would say.
Caesar's saying Brian hooked me up with a great German pressing that sounds awesome.
Oh yeah.
Is that the Magical Mystery tour?
I think he got one of those for me too, but I think he's actually talking in this case about Revolver. So I'll actually show you.
Yes.
I'll show you the similar copy that he probably bought for me. I have one that I'll show right now if you want to look at it.
Yeah, let's do that right now. You
Okay.
have a bunch of copies of Revolver, and that. Hold on, I'm gonna close this.
Okay.
And yeah, you want to just tell us about each one of these. Hold on,
Okay.
I might put you on the big screen. Let me see if I can.
Okay.
Let me see if I can do this. Yes, here.
Okay.
Yes.
So
let me get myself on here too.
I'll try to go kind of quickly, but this is my favorite pressing of Revolver. This is a stereo pressing from Germany, and it's from the Odeon label, Horozu. And I'll show you what the record looks like because that is an important part of it. It is on this blue.
Oh, there I am. I'm huge.
There you are.
Sorry, everyone. Hold on. It's on that. Yeah, it has that blue Odeon. Yeah, it has that blue.
Let me try to get it away from the chat. There we go. Yeah, it's on the blue Odeon label. And
here, I'm gonna see here.
This happens to be a pressing from 1969. And to me, this is my personal copy, obviously, and this one sounds amazing. It has extra bass. The clarity is just spot on. It's just a beautiful, beautiful copy. So this is the one that I like the most when it comes to the stereo pressing. Then I'll show, this is a mono pressing.
Yep.
And this one, this happens to be the 2014 mono remaster that was cut from the original master tapes, which is the whole thing right there. But I like this one a lot from that box set.
That's from the box set. So you don't have, do you have the whole box set or just that one?
I do have I have the whole box set, and
lucky.
I know, I got lucky. I got it when it came out.
That's not getting lucky. That's being smart, man.
I suppose that's right. This is a British pressing, a later British pressing of Revolver. This is a stereo, and it is on the Parlophone gray and black label. I don't know if you can see that or not.
All right, so I'm gonna say to Pete, I just said, show me all the copies you have. Right at the end, he's gonna show us the very best one. But I'm just gonna say, as you're getting it out, one of the things that you sort of taught me actually, from watching your videos, is that to sort of think of records as individuals, because it's not like every single record of a certain pressing.
And the best way
is gonna sound the same, right?
But yeah, the best way I can describe that is if you take. So records are a physical media in every sense of the word. So when a record is made, it's made with generally how they're made. If this is a very basic way. I'm just explaining this now. They're made with two stampers. On one stamper is side A, the other stamper is side B, and you put a piece of vinyl, a little vinyl mold, and the two stampers come down and they literally stamp the impression of the sound into that vinyl. So each time it stamps, that is a unique pressing. So
yeah, every time is different. Like the temperature of the thing could be slightly the biscuit, as they call it, the little puck.
Yep,
could be slightly different. The like Ryan from Kindercore was saying. I have an episode with him, guys. Check that one out if this interests you. But he was saying there could be one day you go out to lunch and you come back, and it started to rain, and now everything you set up doesn't sound good anymore.
Exactly.
And you have to figure out a whole new. So it's like every record is different, and the conditions just change.
Yep.
At a whim,
But besides that, I mean, besides the fact that the actual pressings, the way they're made, that affects how the sound is. There's also just there's different pressings in different countries that are made from different master tapes, different generations of master tapes. So it's a whole crazy web you can go down.
There's layers of influence into what the sound quality is going to be.
Well,
but if you can find the good masters, then you're halfway there.
Yes. Well, speaking of different pressings, so this is a British pressing from the mid 70s. This is one of my favorite pressings as well. I'm trying to.
That's the Parlophone one. Yeah, hold it up to the
Parlophone, and it's see if I can get it.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, do that.
I don't know if it'll focus or not. Might not. But this is was cut by Harry T. Moss.
Yes.
And Harry T. Moss was a really amazing engineer who worked at Abbey Road, and he cut most of the Beatles 60s records and a lot of their 70s records. And he's just a genius, and a lot of what he did is just amazing. So this is one of his pressings that I love. It's from
That's awesome.
From the Blue Box in 1976, 77, I think.
Thank you, Two Real Geeks. I appreciate that, man.
This is this is another one of those exact same pressings, but it just sounds a little bit different. So I just wanted to.
The Harry T. Moss one.
Yeah, this is another Harry T. Moss, and then this is the 2012 stereo remaster. But this is all digital, of course. So this one's fun to have, but it's not one of the best sounding ones in my opinion.
No. Why does it sound? How does it sound different from being digitally remastered?
Does
it sound flat or compressed or something?
Yeah, that's true, but it's also not quite as warm. I would say it's a little bit overblown with the bass. The bass isn't quite as authentic. But we're getting into major geek territory here. So
it sounds like it's digitally enhanced and not like it's just Paul's booming freaking bass.
Exactly. And not to say it doesn't sound good, because it does still sound good. It's the Beatles. It's not going to sound bad, you know.
Right, but when you compare pressings, I mean.
Exactly. I'll try to move along quickly. This is a Japanese pressing from, I think, like the early 70s. And it's.
No, this is cool, man.
On the green Apple label.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you. Sounds good too, Real Geeks. Hit me up, man. Maybe Dennis Ball will stop by his stream.
I feel like I'm not showing these in the best way possible.
No, it's cool. Yeah, I know it's hard to. It's I kind of hit you with this at the last minute, but
it's okay.
I just thought it was neat that you had so many different ones, and I thought it'd be cool to go through what they are.
Yeah, we've got 2 more left. So these are all capital. These are U.S. pressings. This is
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Sneezing.
This is an original sealed stereo copy that I like to. I just have it because I don't know. I found it one day, and it's nice to keep it sealed. So there you go.
Original from when? What year?
1966. So it's an original Capitol rainbow label, and then this is another sealed copy, but this is one I opened. So this it was sealed, but I opened it, and it's a Capitol.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I don't normally believe.
Doesn't matter.
I don't normally believe in keeping records sealed, to be honest with you, but. And then this is a U.S. mono pressing that you have yourself. So
yes, that's the one I have.
By the way, it says stereo, but the record is mono. So that happened occasionally. By the way, they would put mono records in a stereo sleeve. So for those freaking out, no need to freak out.
Cool. All right. So which one? Like if somebody's going out and they want to buy, balls can sneeze exactly. If someone's going out and they want to buy this record, you know, and they like say there's 2 different types of buyers. One just wants to get it and have it sound good and not cost an arm and a leg.
Okay.
And the other one really wants to seek out a really awesome and authentic experience. How would you advise them to proceed?
Okay, if you want now this is just my opinion, so please.
That's all you can have. It's all subjective, man.
Don't tattoo this or anything. This is the one that I would go for if you had like an unlimited budget and you wanted to get the best sounding audiophile experience. I think that the German stereo pressing from like either the late 60s or early 70s on this blue label would be the way to go.
That's Odeon, right?
Odeon. And then also,
and you can sort of tell because you can see the Odeon and Parlophone labels, like logos on the front.
Yes, exactly. And there's another pressing that was released just after this one, also on the Odeon label, or actually EMI Electrola, I think it's called, but it's German and it's on the green Apple label, and it sounds almost identical to this. So that one is also a good one to go with. But if you're on a budget and you just want to get one that sounds good to your ears, I would go for the Harry T. Moss pressing from the mid 70s. These are still pretty easy to find. It might cost you maybe $45, $50, something like that. But
right,
these are still super solid, and there's a whole lot of them out there still. So they were mass produced in the 70s.
And Harry T. Moss is sort of like, you know, it's sort of the equivalent, guys, of like when you talk about like these audiophile guys that cut jazz records. Harry he cut the original
Yes.
Beatles records, and he knew the masters, and he knew what he was doing.
And he's from that old school training too, that EMI, Abbey Road, they would train all their engineers, and he got the best training possible. And as far as working in the analog world, he was just an expert. He knew exactly how to get the right sounds on the record and make them sound really, really good for the time.
Very cool. All right, man. Well, I'm going to take your advice and probably try and seek out one of those Harry Moss records.
All right.
So we are now going to move into the reaction room to do this Fab or Drab thing, guys, which is, if you remember, where we do this like we look at Beatle fashions and we decide, are they Fab or are they Drab?
All right.
All right, and I know, Brian, that you would say every single one of them is Fab.
I'm gonna try to be very objective.
Discerning.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take it
exactly
for a photo and just take the photo as it is and not consider it's the Beatles. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, Caesar says he was able to buy the MoFi, and it sounds really great comparing it to the German one. Yeah, I was wondering about getting that MoFi. You're talking about the MoFi Magical Mystery Tour.
Unfortunately, the Mobile Fidelity records, that's a bit of a touchy subject.
Well, it's like they reproduced the incorrectly mixed songs on the second side, right? Like they're fold downs of.
Yeah, the problem with Mobile Fidelity.
They're fake stereo.
Yeah, the main problem with Mobile Fidelity is that they claimed to have had the master tapes to work from, but they actually didn't have the master tapes to work from.
What?
Or if they did, they had second or third generation copies, and some of those copies were actually wrong. For example, Master Mystery Tour, they instead of having the original UK master tapes, they had the US master tapes that had the fake stereo on side too, which proves that they didn't have the actual master tapes.
I mean, the audience is shocked by every aspect. I know, it's crazy. And I was riding that shock button because it really is like astonishing from Mobile Fidelity, because they usually are very good about that sort of thing.
Well, this is also back in the 70s.
It was the early Mobile 5.
Yeah, they were different.
Right.
Their modern pressings are fantastic and amazing, but their Beatle pressings was a whole different thing. And most of the time what they did, they would just take whatever master tape they had, they would just add high end to it, a lot of high end and a lot of low end. So what they called that the smiley face EQ.
Yes, yeah, I would do that with my boombox back in the day.
Yeah, so it gives you the impression that it sounds quote unquote better, but if you have a really good record like stereo system, it's very obvious what's going on. Anyway.
Yes, yeah, and but I have, yeah, it's interesting. So that's a whole other subject, man. There's a lot to go into that. So anyway, Fab or Drab, let's do this. All right, ballers, I have to get my comments up here again, and I want you to tell me Fab or Drab. Hey, KR is in the house. KR, what's up, KR? All right, KR, Fab or Drab on these. I need Fab or Drab reactions. Speaking of Magical Mystery Tour.
That's Fab. That's Fab.
Yeah, I agree. This is straight up Fab. I mean,
look at their pants. Look at those pants.
Yes, the pants are they're the same pants that were sticking out of their furry costumes.
Yes.
They were like those guys, which I absolutely love, like Ringo's orange legs.
Dennis, oddly enough, you're not wearing any pants. Dennis?
I'm not even gonna. Just kidding. All right, hold on a second. I was acting like I was mad. Yes, Fab on this one.
I see.
Everybody else say it's yes, Fab. KR says it's Fab. Thank you, KR. Let's let some other people vote. Is this Fab or Drab? That's what we need, is for you to in the comments say if it's Fab or Drab. Give me a couple Fabs and I'll go to the next picture.
I saw that Miss Bearcat said it's Fab.
Oh, Miss Bearcat. Is Miss Bearcat in the house?
Yes, she would know too. She knows.
Miss Bearcat, thanks for coming on. I didn't realize you were in the house. Awesome. Cool. All right, Fab. All right, let's go to the next one. I'm sure we're gonna get some more Fabs. I'm like looking at it on my phones because it's a more quick. Hold on, for goodness sake. I'm sorry, guys. Hey, Fab. Yes, Miss Bearcat says Fab. Yes.
By the way,
Chaos is Fab.
What I should have said was, what's interesting, Dennis, is that we're both not wearing pants. That's what I should have said. But
whoa, ho! All right, I'm gonna quickly go to the next. All right.
Just joking,
right.
Of course.
Thank you. Fab or Drab? Look at the shoes.
Yeah, Fab. That's a Fab for me.
We got a Drab from Georgia Constitution Media. Thank you for your realness, Georgia Constitution. Now, yeah, this is a Fab for you.
Yeah, I mean, look at their suits. Like Ringo's got a great suit on with the I don't know, fluffiness, and then Paul's got a pink suit on, which is amazing. John looks really cool. George looks the coolest of all of them.
Their clothes are cool, and I think really the sort of my sticking point on this is I just think it's not a good picture. So because I think this is their grand day out, as you know, right? Where they went to London and took a lot of photos, right?
Yes.
And there's some other photos of them in these outfits that look really stunning.
Yeah, the Mad Day Out, they did a bunch of different like costume changes, and but this, you're right, it's not really a good photo. They're kind of slouching, and John looks kind of weird. So that I agree.
So Drab. So I'm gonna Drab it.
I'll give it a Drab too.
You can give it a Drab.
Give it a Drab.
Yeah, give me some feedback, kids here. Let me see here. We got KR. We got a Fab from KR. And we're gonna get another. Once I get one more comment, then I'm gonna go to the next one. So Miss Bearcat, weigh in.
Yeah, Miss Bearcat, come on.
Come on. All right.
Let's
go to the next one, because I'm not gonna torture everybody. All right. Fab or Drab?
Drab.
Okay, we got
Drab.
Yeah, Drab. Thank you, Caesar G.
Drab.
Drab. Yeah. All right, new one, guys. Thanks, guys.
It's like
we
a
got
nightmare.
A couple comments on the last one. Yeah, this is like a nightmare. Do you know what this is from? Well, people register their votes. Do you know what this picture is from?
Yes, I believe that's from the Magical Mystery Tour. No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong about that. I think this is from what was that from? Never mind. I don't know. It's 67. I know that.
Georgia Constitution's media is saying pink. They dismissed Drab from the last one. Dude, if pink is your line, then they're gonna be drabbing a lot of these ones because there's a lot of pink. Yeah, we're drabbing on these. I mean, you know what it reminds me of, man? It's like they're on the set of a Mel Brooks movie.
Yes, it's true.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Drab from KR. Anybody else want to weigh in on this before we move on? Drab from Miss Bearcat too. All right. Gotta give everybody their sound effect.
Oh.
All right, now, yes.
Drab.
Yeah, I'm drabbing it too. Paul as a cat is like disturbing, right?
It's a little weird. It's kind of like
George is holding his tail. It's sort of weirdly. It's bizarre.
George kind of looks like Robin Hood from the classic Robin Hood film from the 30s.
Yes. Yeah, he does.
Or Peter Pan or something.
Is this from, do you know what this is from? This is Drab too.
I think that might be from one of their Christmas shows that they would.
Yeah, those Christmas shows. They would do these like sketches on stage or something. What was the story behind that, Brian?
Yeah, I think they did 2 Christmas shows, maybe 3. I think in 63, 64, and 65, they would do Christmas shows in the UK, and they would do little skits. And
like at like a big theater in London or something, right?
Yeah, it was like pantomime or whatever, and they would do little skits, and then they would perform songs. And I think this is from one of those, but I could be wrong. This might just be them. The photographer wanted them to dress up for whatever reason.
This looks absolutely terrible, and in fact, I'm sure it was super cringeworthy. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, and I think it's been colorized. I get the vibe it's been.
Yeah,
colorized.
right. But I mean, doesn't it make you? Wow. Does any video exist of those shows?
I think there is some video from some of the shows, but not a lot, and not in good quality. I don't think.
Thank God. All right, hold on. Let's move on. Fab or drab on this one, guys. Fab or drab?
Well,
you're gonna give me a zoom in, and then we'll zoom out. Hold on, I'm gonna give you guys a good zoom. He's being funny. He's trolling the photographers partly. Okay. Fab or drab, Miss Bearcat? Georgia Constitution KR.
I'm giving it a fab. That feather, the feather. Oh, my brother gives it a fab, so that means it's.
Hey, Kenneth, what's up?
He's right on the mark there.
Yes, brother Needle.
He ain't heavy. He's my brother. Needle.
Yeah, I'm getting strong neckbeard vibes from this. I feel like some guy would have worn this to the prom in the early '90s. But Chaos giving it a fab. Kenneth is giving it a fab. Miss Meerkat, is this drab for this John look or for the previous look? Please re-vote so I know. She's saying fab. All right. I guess I was outvoted. Let's move on.
Oh.
Now this is not the best. This is not the best picture. It's not the most incriminating picture, I should say, of this day. Because I think you know what's going on here, Brian. Paul has a belly shirt on.
Yeah, he's not really wearing a shirt. He's just wearing like the collar that has the bib.
Oh gosh!
And then he's wearing like a tails coat. And I would say
I'm drabbing it, man. But you know what? Lord George looks great. Okay?
I'm giving this one a fab. Though, because it's edgy.
Right. Yeah. There's something to be said for pushing boundaries, man. There really is.
And Paul's showing a little belly, and let's give him some credit.
Georgia Constitution's a very hard fab. He's drabbing us again.
All right. Well,
he's a tough fab. I have some good fabs for you coming up, though, Georgia Constitution. I saved some of the best ones for last. All right. I didn't want to make everybody cool. Okay? We got Kenneth is fabbing it. Chaos says drab. Miss Bearcat says fab. Oh, sorry, I hit drab by mistake. I'll give you an extra fab to make up for it. All right. Let's go to the next one. What do you think, fab or drab? Before I say what I think, I want everybody to weigh in. Fab or drab?
That's a drab for me.
That's a drab for you.
Yeah.
I fab it. I think this is fab because it's so legendary.
It is legendary. I agree, but it's.
Kenneth says, "Sorry, go ahead."
No, I was just saying it's a little. I don't know. It's a little too silly for me.
Kenneth is saying that Ringo looked like Prince in this picture, so I wanted to go back to it. It's a little too silly for you. This is sort of the early days. KR is drabbing this too. That's funny because I thought this was so. Miss Bearcat too. I thought this was so classic. I mean, I guess this doesn't make you.
They're like
George's
4 Ricky Ricardos.
George looks like he's going to yoga class.
Yeah. Yeah, they're.
Yeah. Okay. I'm accepting everybody's drab votes. I'm surprised, but okay. Ready?
Oh, the Rock and Roll Circus.
Yeah, Rock and Roll Circus. Exactly. Filmed around the same time as the Let It Be film by Michael Lindsay Hall.
Yeah.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the star of our show, the Beatles. That was what he was promoting.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, fab or drab?
The Rolling Stones.
Dude, he's like a drag and he's wearing 2 hats. Fab.
It's hard for me to say. Yoko looks fab in this. She looks awesome as a witch.
She does. She really does.
But
fab. 3 fabs from Kenneth. Chaos saying it's Kenneth.
I'm gonna give it a fab. It's cool. It's totally bizarre, but it's totally fab.
Fab, says Miss Bearcat. I mean, if we're giving points for freaking like pushing the boundaries, John was just like,
he was doing it.
He was doing it.
Long time ago when.
It makes me wanna know more about his relationship with David Bowie and stuff. Because I know they work together and we're friends.
They were.
All right.
They were.
Back to the Christmas show.
Oh yeah.
Here's another. This looks like it must be the Christmas show as well, right? But it looks like an actual photo, like a color photo. Fab or drab? I mean, this drabs me.
Yeah, I think it's drab. For me too.
We got a fab from Georgia Constitution Media, and yeah, this is drab for me. And you. Let's see what the chat says. You see how this is so fun doing this, because it's fun to see what everybody else thinks.
Yeah, it's great. I like it. It's a lot of fun, and it's
yeah,
it's nice audience participation.
Have you seen while they're doing that? We were talking about these. Have you seen any of the videos of the Christmas shows?
I'm trying to think back if I have, and I think maybe I have seen a couple of videos, but I can't quite remember. So I don't know. I don't actually know if footage exists from the Christmas shows or not.
Maybe it's Nita. Nito is in the house. Nito, is this fab or drab? Sorry, Brian, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No problem.
Nito, is this fab or drab, first of all? And also, Miss Bearcat says it's drab. Chaos says it's drab. So, yeah, Nito. I mean, this is from the... Yeah, so you saw them, but you didn't... It wasn't much of an experience, I guess, if you did see them.
I think there's little clips of them that exist. And you got to realize, too, that when they did these shows, they would run, I think, for like a week. So they would do like maybe 4 or 5 shows.
Right.
For the Christmas season or whatever. So I think there is some footage that exists, but I don't quite remember exactly if I've seen it. So I don't want to go and say that I have seen it. So I'm going to say I haven't seen them, but I've seen photos from them, and I think that they're generally hard to find as far as video clips go.
That was a long way of saying that you didn't see them. All right.
I don't want anyone to think that I'm claiming something that isn't possible.
Yeah, Nito gave Paul a drab in Parker. But all right.
This is fab for me.
This is fab beyond a reasonable doubt. They look like the freaking Addams family.
They're so cool here. This is pure 1964, just looking great.
Yeah, yes. And also Paul's expression.
And this is the same photo session that they did the cover for the U.S. album Beatles 65. Where they're all holding like springs and stuff. This is that same session, and I like that. That session is a really cool time period, I think.
That's cool. I'm not familiar with that, so I might have to pick your brain for my fab and drab segments in the future, because it sounds like you know all the pictures.
I don't know, not all of them, but I know some of them.
Yeah, we're getting fabs. Yeah, everybody. This is the definition of fab, says maybe it's Nito.
Fab
Bearcat says fab. Kenneth Briggleston says fab. Chaos says fab. Love the classic suits. Maybe it's Nito. And then Moto Doug says, Brian, are you guys coming over? Moto Doug.
Oh, wow.
Shouldn't you be listening to Rolling Stones records? Just kidding, man.
I love that Doug is asking me on this show if I'm going to be coming over later.
I know. Is he? Are you? Tell us.
I would like to. We have a lot to do. We haven't had dinner yet, and our taxes. We just did our taxes, and it was very stressful. But everything's cool and good. So, Doug,
maybe
it's a maybe. I'll let you know off of this show here if I'm coming over.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right, Beatle dresses. Okay, this is a little different than the woman who made the Beatle hat. The young lady who made the Beatle hat yesterday.
That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, this I'm not. These are sort of a little bit like a rinky-dink, like dime store paper dress.
Yeah, they look like shower curtains or something.
Yeah, and I mean, I think I've actually seen a picture of one of these that was, a current picture of one, and it did not hold up well. It's like those Andy. I think it's the same material as those Warhol soup can dresses.
Oh, okay.
They sold in the '60s. It's even in supermarkets and stuff, and it's hard to if you find one, they're falling up to pieces now.
Yeah,
it's basically paper.
Yeah, Yeah, it's a drab for me, I guess.
Yeah, it's a drab. I mean, I like the idea, and I actually love the. Let's just take a close look at the dresses before we move on.
Cool.
Because they're interesting. But like for example, there are 3 different designs here. We have the crossed guitars, and then we have the 4 heads.
Yeah.
With a guitar going up, and then we have the like 3, the 4, the like portraits there with the autographs, and then I want to hold your hand.
Yeah.
Music. And then also, interestingly, look at
garters.
This. They have little garters on.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Moto Doug?
Don't ask him that.
I know. Okay. Let's move on.
Moto Doug is a big fan of you, by the way, Dennis.
Dude, Moto Doug
he really
is cool.
is.
I like it.
No,
I like Moto Doug.
Moto Doug is one of the coolest people I know, but it's actually high praise. If he really appreciates what you're doing, and he thinks you're a very, very cool show.
Moto Doug. Thanks, man. That means a lot to me. It really does. Thanks, Moto Doug.
Oh.
He didn't even say anything, and I'm thanking him.
Well, he told me so.
You want to love it, but drab. That was on the last one.
Yeah, that's got to be that.
Or this, yeah.
Because this is
which was the dresses,
this one is so obviously fab, in my opinion.
Yeah, this one's obviously fab. We didn't even ask people to give their reactions to the dresses, so I'm gonna, let's move on to this. If you haven't, I'm gonna assume everyone's drab on that dresses.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is obviously fab. Look at Paul and George's shirts.
So cool. Yep.
The different collars. I know they're pink, Georgia Constitution Media, but look at the collars and that are white. I mean, it's cool.
I believe this is from Las Vegas in 1964 during their U.S. tour. I believe that's what this is from, the press conference.
Yeah, Chaos as the Fusifab. Yeah, me too. I mean, it's amazing. They look fantastic. Give me some votes, guys.
Very good shot.
I know this.
Very good shot too of Ringo's rings. He really did wear a lot of rings,
Yeah, fab. Thank you, Georgia Constitution Media. They are fab sexy. Exactly. I mean, really. Like, I was talking to Tommy Burns about the fact that they would wear these little suits. And I was thinking about this picture. They would wear these little suits, and you sort of think, oh, they're just wearing this little suit. But then when they take the shirt off, the jacket off, you're like, this is an exquisitely tailored shirt. And, I mean, everything is just so
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so cool. Fab, especially Ringo. Yeah, man. Ringo is the best.
Ringo looks cool.
I love Ringo. Fab from Miss Bearcat, too. Thank you, Miss Bearcat, for coming in. All right, hold on. All right, this is a tough call for me. And I want to hear your opinions on it, everyone.
This is totally fab for me. This is, first of all, John and Paul are wearing their jackets that they would wear later on the Rubber Soul album cover. But this is a still from the Help movie. And they just look cool. I mean, look at their hair. Their hair is amazing. They all had amazing hair.
See, that's what my sticking point is, the bowl cuts.
Oh, I think those are great. I think they're great. But
look at George is so cool no matter what.
So cool.
He does. Yeah, I think it's pretty fab. I think Ringo looks like Danny from The Shining, though. But we got fabs. We got fabs all around.
That's very true, though. He does look like Danny from The Shining. I would do a lot to have John's jacket. That is such a cool jacket. That suede jacket is very, very cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It is cool. And look at that. Somebody put a necktie around the statue, right?
Well, you know what that's from? That's from Help. When they have.
Oh, okay. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Oh.
I'm doing a video on it next week, and I actually have not seen Help before.
Oh.
It's the only Beatles movie I haven't seen, and I'm 10 minutes into it.
Okay. Sorry.
Don't tell me what happens.
I'm sorry, but
Can you believe that I haven't seen it? Isn't that weird? All right, hold on.
I can't believe it, but I'm glad you told me not to tell you because.
Okay, yeah. So it's actually cool. I have a fresh perspective going in. All right, we have fabs all around on this. All right, cool.
Oh man.
Okay, yeah, right? I mean, thank you.
This is my favorite Beatle time period. This is 1966, and totally fab, all the way.
Yeah, George.
Look at George. Look how cool that guy is.
He reminds me of Keith Richards in this picture, doesn't he?
Absolutely. And look at, by the way, Ringo in this photo is wearing the jacket that he wore on Rubber Soul.
Georgia Constitution Media thought they would look like they were on MASH in the last picture. Fab.
Very true. Good.
They did.
Great comment.
That was a good comment.
Very, very good comment.
Fab. Yeah, Bear Cat. I know. They really, and it's like somebody just handed John and Paul these glasses and they just put them on or something because they're both wearing the exact same glasses. Doesn't it look like that?
It's true.
Yes, it's very cool. All right, so that one, I think we got fabs all around on this one. And boom, this is our final picture. I know.
This is a tough one because
this is hard.
They're all hippied out.
Couple more fabs on the last one. So
yeah, this is fab for me because they all just look so cool, and they're all so their individual styles are coming out, and just a very cool look.
Yeah, it's actually, there's another picture from this that got DRABs last time around. It was from the same event and they were in the same outfits, but again, it's a different angle, it's a different photo. Scummy Mummy in the house.
This is All You Need Is Love.
All You Need Is Love. Okay, yeah. Ringo, man. All You Need Is Love. That photo shoot. Everybody vote on this. Chaos says fab. Maybe Needles is fab. Yeah, me too. All You Need Is Love. That shoot where they're like climbing on the freaking platform. Oh my gosh. I felt so bad for the band when I watched that video. There's this woman who's like breathing down Paul's neck.
Oh, I think you're thinking of the Hey Jude video. But I know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of the Hey Jude video. Okay, yeah.
But I know exactly.
Where they just let everybody in to sing with everybody, right?
And they're all coming up, and yeah, and there's a lady, and they have to like help her up because she's like being like tossed around a little bit. Yeah.
My gosh, and like there's like a crowd of people around Ringo, and he's just like, my gosh, let me drum.
Yeah.
We getting fabs all around on this one though. Fab.
I'm trying to drum.
Fab. Cool. All right. Sweet, man. That was great. Thanks, everybody. Lots of fun. Fab and grab. All right. Let's go back to the main room here. And say thanks very much, everybody, for coming out for part 2 of this. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And thanks, Brian Needle.
Oh, Dennis, I got to say, thank you so much for having me. And you have a fantastic show. And everyone should subscribe to this channel because he's fantastic, and
oh, you're the best.
I'm gonna spread the word, and all these people in the chat should spread the word, and there you go.
You're gonna be back. You're coming back on, right? And you're gonna talk. You're gonna come back on in another incarnation and talk about Yoko and John, right?
Anytime, yes, anytime.
Awesome, cool, perfect. And folks, check out Brian Needle Loves Vinyl YouTube channel. The link is in the description, and click subscribe on that. It's a cool one, and it's fun to like you're basically just going through your collection with you. It's really a great.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you.
Yes, and thank you. Yeah, please don't, Scummy Mummy, thank you. Please don't forget to click like on this and stuff, and watch part 1 if you haven't yet. And next weekend we're talking about Help, the movie with She He He, Nicole and Noel. So come check it out, man.
I'll be there. I'm checking it out.
Sweet. Thanks, guys. Peace out.
And 1 and 2.
1, 2, 3. Dennis Ball, Dennis Ball. The world outside is making me so sad. But when I watch your show, it seems the world is just a joke. And things don't seem so bad. Your multi-personality is worth more than your pedigree. You're rolling with the punches like a champ. With all your skill, you're sure and you like the room when you walk in.
That's just a lamp.
Dennis Ball, Dennis Ball.
Kingdom Ramblers, Bambi, Ricky, Jazz. It's a real Dennis